Hey, good morning. It's morning here. I don't know what it's like where you are, but good morning. I wanted to jump on here real quick and talk about the fact that well, I'm old. You can see that. Uh, and I grew up in the latter part of the 50s and in the 60s and 70s. And by 70s, I was at a university, at a college. But anyway, those early years are very memorable to me. Recently, we had Thanksgiving just a couple of days ago, and we're coming up on the other holidays, Kwanzaa and Hanukkah and Christmas and so forth. And I could go deep into thinking about the family that I grew up with. I was the youngest of two boys. I had an older brother, Charles, and my mom and my dad. And my earliest memories started when we were in Portugal, actually on Terceira Island, one of the Portuguese isles off the coast of Portugal. And my father got new duty and had to leave early, and he left. And my mother packed up the house and gathered up me and my brother. I must have been about 7 years old, 6, 7 years old. Gathered us up, and we got on a troop ship, and we went across the Atlantic, and we ended up in South Carolina, I think it was. But my father showed up the next day, and he brought a brand new 1957 Chevy NOMAD station wagon. Yeah, quite a car, beautiful thing, two-tone blue. Anyway, he brought that car, and we started on a journey just about 3 weeks long that went across the country from the south on the East Coast all the way over to California. And along the way, I met grandparents, and I met aunts and uncles, all very colorful people. And I have strong memories of them. I have memories of my parents and how deeply they loved each other in their early married life. And yet my mother was, she had issues. She had strong issues, alcoholism and that sort of thing. And my brother, my older brother, idolized him, looked up to him. He was wonderful. They're all gone now, those three people. And around this time of the year with the holidays and so forth, I think about them and I miss them. And I'm around people in my family now who have still siblings living and parents living, and it's fun to watch them. And I think to myself over and over again, I don't know that they realize that they're lucky, they're fortunate. Anyway, the first novel I wrote was this one, American Nomad. There's a picture right there, actually, of my father and me and my brother on that journey, on that trip. In the background is the Nomad station wagon. And standing back there, I think, is my mother. Anyway, I wrote this novel. It's not very long. It's on Amazon, by the way. You can go to me, Frank Pickard, Amazon Books, and this one will pop up along with the other ones that I've written. And I wanted to bring it to your attention because at this time of the year, I can go back into my own novel and recall the memories I had with my parents, my mom and my dad. We called him Pop or Sarge. He was a sergeant in the Air Force. By the way, we're on our way from that Portugal beginning across the United States at a time when there weren't a lot of interstate highways. And we were going over to California, where we got on a cruise ship, the Lurline cruise ship that went from California, the West Coast, all the way over to Hawaii. Territorial Hawaii. It wasn't going to become a state for a couple of years. So I didn't really live on it was never part of the United States until I was in my early teens. So we were going over to territorial Hawaii, and I could only envision, primitive indigenous people and grass huts, and that was ridiculous. That was silly. But that cruise ship took about 4.5 days. I wrote a book about that too. Anyway, I wanted to bring this, American Nomad. It's probably my most popular book. A few thousand people have picked this one up, and you can find it in a couple bookstores across the country. A lot of people who think about Route 66 and road trips across the United States and that sort of thing, or about early family values and stuff, enjoy reading this one. It touches some people. Again, it was the first one I wrote. It's a memory. If you're looking for memories this time of the year, consider picking it up. And if you're around my age, I'm not going to give you the actual age, but you'll probably get a lot out of it. Anyway, Consider it. Go over to Amazon. In the window, put in Frank Pickard books, and then pops up. Anyway, this one, American Nomad by Frank Pickard. Consider picking up a copy this holiday season. Happy holidays to all of you, regardless of where you celebrate or what you celebrate or who you celebrate with. I wish you the best. Take care. Bye.